Ginsburg, and I'm an Education Programs Coordinator at the San Antonio Water System. You all probably know us as SAWS. And today we're at headquarters where we're going to visit with the Conservation Department and learn all about what they do every single day to help San Antonio save water. You see, water is our most precious resource, and it is very important that we all use it responsibly every single day. Let's get started. And now we're here with Karen Guz, Senior Director of the Water Conservation Department at SAWS. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Heather.
Karen, can you please share with us what the Water Conservation Department does for the city and why it is so very important?
We are a fast-growing city, and we're kind of drought-prone. So conservation is just one of the strategies that we take on in order to make sure that we can serve a growing population and a big economy that is part of San Antonio. We do that by saving water so more people have water to use when they come here.
I see. So what kinds of careers are in the Conservation Department to help you achieve those goals?
Well, in order to save water, we deploy a whole bunch of different strategies. We use education, we use regulation, and we use a lot of incentives. So I'll give you a couple of examples. We have to engage our customers and work with thousands of them. So we have customer service specialists who are really good at that, understand their concerns about their bills, and then can translate that into how do I help you use less water and save money. Then we also have people who are planners who figure out what those programs are going to be. We have an analyst who figures out, did the program actually work? We tried all kinds of things. We want to know that it actually accomplished what we were trying to do. And then we even have people who go out to people's homes and businesses as investigators, or we like the term consultants, because they consult with people about how they're using water and how they can do it more efficiently.
Wow, I can see that it takes a really diverse team of people to help you achieve your goals.
It does, and they are all excited about what they do. They all really want to help customers save money and save water.
Thank you so much, Karen, for being with us today and sharing your time with us. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Heather.
And now we're going to head inside and we're going to learn about what each of these roles does in the Conservation Department. Let's go. So now we're here at our first stop in the Conservation Department with Kathy Martinez.
Hi, Heather.
Hi, Kathy. Can you please share with us about your role in this department and what you do here?
Sure. I am the Conservation Customer Service Specialist. I take customer phone calls, usually because they have high water bills. They want to learn more about how to conserve water, whether they're residential or commercial customers. I take citizen complaints regarding watering violations. So I make contact with those customers that are in violation, whether it's by phone or send them a letter. We also have customers that need plumbing assistance, so we send out a plumber through our Plumbers to People program.
Wow, Kathy, so you sound like you are an incredible problem solver. How do you decipher, which problem a customer is having in order to help them solve it?
I have to be a good listener, so I have to listen to them first of all, ask questions to figure out what their problem is and solve the problem that way.
Kathy, can you give us a specific example of a problem that you helped solve?
Yes, so recently I had a customer call. She was at her wit's end. She's had high water bills, she had plumber out, she had an irrigator out to check for leaks. The meter was still showing movement, which when the meter shows movement and you're not using water, there's a leak somewhere. So I sent out a consultant who checked her sprinkler system for her, and he just did a little bit of digging and he found the leak for her. So the next day she called. She was very thankful for that I took the time to listen, first of all, and then for sending one of our consultants out to check the sprinkler for her. And now she's on her way to saving water.
That is a great example, Kathy, because next we're actually going to go out into the field and see what one of our conservation consultants does out there. So here we are out in the field with Brad Wier from our Conservation Department. Hi, Brad.
Hi, Heather.
So, Brad, in your job title, you are called a technical field investigator. So are you kind of like a policeman?
Sometimes I am. I do actually investigate reports of water waste. People in San Antonio are really serious about water waste. When they see water running down the street, they will call SAWS, and SAWS will send me to find out where it's coming from.
Wow, so in your experience, Brad, what are some of the most common things that you find when it comes to water waste?
Leaks are huge, and leaks, you can see water pouring out of houses sometimes. But it's funny, most of the water in San Antonio in summer is not being wasted on leaks. Sprinklers use more water, 10 times as much water as leaks.
Really? So it's not the teenager having a long shower or things like that we hear?
It's important to take short showers and to turn off the water while you're brushing your teeth. But yeah, that is nothing compared to how much water a sprinkler will use. A sprinkler can use 30 gallons a minute, 100 gallons a minute, 1 million gallons a month.
Wow, Brad, that's
more
amazing.
Water than anything inside the house.
So Brad, what are some things that a homeowner can do to solve those problems if their sprinkler system's using a lot of water?
A lot of homeowners will call SAWS to come out to their house, take a look at the sprinkler system, measure it, find a way to set it correctly. A lot of people are so amazed and concerned by how much water the sprinklers use that they'll take out the sprinklers.
Really?
Yeah. This homeowner right here, after she saw how much water the sprinklers was using, she took out all the sprinklers in the back. This is all she has left to water.
So Brad, is this homeowner using less water than she was before?
Oh yeah, it's cut her water use less than half what she was using before.
Wow, that's amazing. I can see why these programs that the Conservation Department has really save a lot of water.
It saves a lot of water, and it also helps people in San Antonio understand where their water is going.
So Brad, what are you gonna do at this house today?
So we're gonna go through the sprinkler system. I'm gonna run every section of it. I'm gonna check it for leaks. I'm gonna measure on the meter how much water it uses, and I'm gonna give her a copy of this report. She's actually pretty good with her water, but I can set it for her if she needs it.
Well, thank you, Brad, for having us out today and sharing with us a little bit more about what you do for the Conservation Department.
Thank you, Heather. It's great to see you out in the field.
And now we're here with Martha Wright, Resource Analyst in the Conservation Department. And hi, Martha.
Hi, Heather.
Martha, why is data and data analysis important to this department?
It's the foundation of everything we do here. I'm kind of like the roots of a tree. Data's kind of hidden sometimes and people may not see it right up front, but it's really the foundation. It provides the structure for all of our programs. We use data to figure out what kind of programs we should implement, how we should implement them, to see if they're successful or not, or if we need to make changes to the programs. And really, it helps to hold us accountable. We use it for reporting, we use it for all sorts of things.
Wow, so, Walt, can you give us a couple examples of those programs?
Yeah. So a good example is a few years ago, we realized that customers had high water use year-round. And we started looking into this and wondered, why are customers not turning off their irrigation systems in the winter, right? And so if we could convince them to turn off their irrigation systems in the winter, we knew that they could save a lot of water. So we reached out to these customers, we offered them an irrigation consultation, and we also just suggested that they turn off their irrigation system, either until we got out to them or just to turn it off until the spring. And a lot of customers did that, and we saved a lot of water, which also saved those customers a lot of money, which is great.
Everybody likes saving money.
Yep. Another program that I think is important that we do is using data from our Uplift team. Uplift is our affordability discount program, and we take this data from customers who really need help. They need help paying their water bills. And we take the data that they've given us on how many people are in their homes, and we can estimate how much water they should be using at their homes. If they're using a lot more water, we can reach out to them and see if maybe they have a leak. And if they think that they do, we can send a plumber out who can help identify the leak and repair the leak, which again, saves water for our community, but also saves those customers a lot of money. But sometimes it's not all about the data, which I know is shocking coming from an analyst, right? But sometimes it's about the education side of it. We know that we're creating a culture of conservation here in San Antonio. And so as people are changing out their landscapes to more native plants, more resilient plants, they might use more water initially, but over time, their landscape is able to withstand the temperature changes that we're seeing, right? And so it's not all about the data, but the data is very important. We've seen over time a big drop in our total water use per person. We call it GPCD. What that stands for is gallons per capita per day. That's really just gallons per person. How much water does each person in our community use on a daily basis? We've seen that drop over time, and that's a testament to our culture of conservation.
Well, I can really see that your techniques and everything that the Conservation Department is doing is definitely working.
It is.
Thank you so much for being with us today, Martha.
Thank you, Heather.
Our last stop today in the Conservation Department is with Sarah Gorton, who is one of our planners here. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Heather.
So, Sarah, what does a planner do?
It's a really good question. As you can tell, it's a very descriptive job title, but it does actually really well describe what we do here in conservation. So, planners are responsible for managing and developing new conservation programs, and we do that by finding problems and creating solutions for saving water.
Awesome. So what are some of the programs that you and your coworkers work on?
Yeah, so I personally handle our irrigation consultation program as well as our smart irrigation controller coupon program. And I've more recently been working on our commercial rebate program. But I've got coworkers who do everything from updating our website to keep our education message going, to enforcing city regulations around water, and also people who maintain our rebates and our coupon programs. So it's all over the board. We've got a ton of different programs, and we're all keeping up with new water conservation problems and new water conservation solutions to match.
So Sarah, can you tell me an example of a successful program that you implemented?
Yeah, so we actually have a program that we ended a little while back, which was replacing old high-flow toilets with low-flow toilets. And we ended up replacing so many toilets across the city and saving so much water that we achieved our goal, and we no longer feel that we need to run that program. So we're using those resources to create new programs and solve new water conservation issues.
Sarah, thank you so much for sharing with us what you do as a planner in this department as part of a very diverse team of planners. And thank you for being the last stop on our tour today.
Of course, my pleasure, Heather.
So there you have it, everyone. It takes this entire team of water conservation professionals to keep SAWS on the cutting edge of water conservation innovations, both here in our city of San Antonio and as national leaders. If you would like to learn more about SAWS conservation, please head over to saws.org or gardenstylesa.com. See you next time.